Sir. Okay, so this is gonna be a short live. Y'all don't have to worry about it. It's not gonna be no kind of like racist rant or anything like that. But I really wanted to explain, my comment on my community tab, right? Hey Lisa, how you doing, babe? So listen, right? So on my community tab, I wrote that I was in a Zoom meeting, right? And so the conversation came up about racism. So I'm like the only African American in the room. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, I'm about to get these, really raw responses or whatever. So usually whenever I hear like, non-black people, make certain comments about racism, they usually try to paint us like, okay, well, we just kind of burying our heads in the sand. That I'm sorry, no, not burying our heads in the sand, but that we're always pulling the race card, that racism doesn't exist, and that we're making all this stuff up, right? So hey Desandra, how you doing? Um and so it was like, so they picked me last to, answer the questions or whatever. And so at that point, I'm really emotional because the way some of the people look, and I know you can't go by looks, right? They looked like they were like, like they were kind of racist or really don't want to, talk about it. So the person that the guy that was running everything was like, well, they said my name and said I'll talk to you last. And so I'm thinking I'm gonna have open dialogue and I'm gonna like straighten out some stuff, this misconceptions and all this other stuff, right? I watched every last one of those people give raw answers about how they felt about racism, and I saw an all white panel take accountability for racism, the things that happened, um, acknowledging that it's just not this crazy thing that black people are talking about. And honestly, I didn't even know what to say. I mean, I was literally floored at the responses I got, and I could tell that they weren't just saying it because I'm in the room or let's not offend, the black girl in the room. And I didn't even know what to say. So when it got to me, I'm so full of emotions. And when I go to speak to everything, I just busted out crying. And I've never done that. I've always been the person, no matter how hard the topic is, I have always been able to just face the issue head on. I've always been that way. And I kind of figured, okay, well, I was kind of emotional this day. I lost a friend of 25 years. I mean, she passed away over something that could have been prevented. And I figured maybe that's what that was. So whatever. I hop on the Zoom, I do all this other stuff, and I literally saw 11 people that were white took straight up accountability about everything. Yes, racism is real. Yes, it exists. This is why. And I even saw some white people who blamed Trump. And so I'm like, oh, okay. Well, this is kind of new. This is kind of jarring, and I could tell by the way they continue to answer other questions that was political or whatever. They didn't give a dang what nobody said. They just, gave how they felt, their honest opinion. They wasn't nasty. They wasn't rude. And it was like, okay, well, okay, it's your turn, such and such. How do you feel about it? And I'm like crying, literally crying. And I'm like, okay, well, and I kept apologizing. I was like, I'm sorry. I don't never get emotional like this. Please forgive me. I don't mean no harm. And they all were just sitting there like, no, 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 no. Like, take your time. And every time I tried to explain my thoughts and opinions, I couldn't do nothing. I mean, I literally cannot believe that I froze. And I think maybe what that was is like I was just shocked that I just saw the accountability. I just saw people that they just, man, I wish you would have seen them people. Like, you could tell they came from that era where it was like it was normal to just treat people how you wanted, how you wanted to treat them. But I did try to explain that I was glad the times did change as far as laws being put out there, so you can't, hurt someone. Well, let me back it up. I was glad that it was laws out there that's against hanging us and doing things like that. We still have violence. We still have all this stuff going on. We're still dealing with police brutality and everything. I tried to explain, being falling around in stores, or people pulling you over because you're a black person with a nice car or vehicle, or just targeting you. And every time I tried to speak on it, I just freaking cried. I mean, I'm glad they understood that, yeah, I actually talked to a black person that's really affected them. I understand, but I was mad at the fact that I felt like I could have gave a solid response. And I still feel some kind of way. I'm still kind of like raw about it because I've never done that. I don't know how to explain this. And please forgive me if I don't make any sense, because whenever I'm like emotional, whether I'm sad or mad, I'm kind of all over the place because I'm kind of overthinking. And I just didn't know what I mentioned, like you said, following the blacks around the store, being targeted because you're black. People think you're stealing. They go through your things. You don't have anything. And I don't know. I mean, I explained, of course, being pulled over. I tried to explain being, overlooked for certain positions. You're overqualified. You're the shoe-in for the job, but then they give it to someone that's white and less qualified, don't know anything about the job, and then you have to turn around and train them. And I was just, I don't know. Hey, Mama Joan. Hey, Proud. Hey, Big Tim. Am I missing anybody? Okay, yeah, I spoke to Sandra and Lisa. Yeah, so I don't know. Let me see something. If I should have got on StreamYard if y'all wanted to drop a link or something, because this is gonna be a short live and I'm probably gonna be going around in circles, because I promise y'all I'm just really raw right now. Hey, Dumpster Cat. Hey, Boo. And I've never, as long as the conversation of racism has ever come up, I have never, ever, ever seen a group of people just take responsibility and say, no, racism increased because this person, one lady literally said racism increased because of Trump. And I was really pretty much just telling her, listen, I don't think that racism increased. I think it just pulled, the wool over people. It just pulled the wool over people. Why I can't talk. See what I'm saying? Hold on. What I'm trying to say is it just pulled the wool off of people's heads, and we got a chance to see exposure. We got to see people for who they really were. I don't think that Trump created, new racist people or whatever. I just think that we just saw the truth. We saw people who had been hiding, who had been pretending, and we just saw the truth. But let me see. What's wrong, Mo? Prime Miss Child, let me tell you what happened. I was in a Zoom meeting and we were having this discussion, right? And so it was discussion about racism. So I'm the only African American person on the panel, right? So I'm thinking they're either gonna pick me first or they're gonna pick me last, right? So the guy that was running the Zoom or whatever, he was like, with the discussion, really, he was like, I'm gonna pick Andrea last. And I saw it was like 11 people on the panel. And I saw how all people, and there's no shade anybody that's white, I saw how white people literally did not bear their heads in the sand about racism. I saw how, one person blamed Trump. I saw how, they were like, no, this is not, what do you call it? You gotta forgive me. Like I said, I'm all emotional. I should have just waited and just done this live. But, it was basically, how we're so used to a certain group of people saying that black people are just putting on, they're just playing, or they're just using this to get out of stuff. I saw how the team literally just said, no, that's not it. Racism is real. Racism has increased. We blame Trump for some of this stuff. I don't know. I don't know. And I just said like this, Proud. When it came to my turn, I just sat there and cried like a freaking baby. Every time I tried to explain something, I just cried. And it was, and for me, like I said, it was just the fact that I saw, a group of people not make up excuses. I saw people tell the truth about racism and stuff. And I don't know. It's just that what I was happy about is I just saw a group of people that sat there and just told the freaking truth. So Mama Joan, Trump said Trump didn't start it, just felt that it had okay stuff. Yeah, you know what? I mean, they weren't really saying that Trump started it, but to be honest with you, I think that more people showed their heads when he came out, because they kind of took his crazy talk as in the rights to just harass people or talk crazy to people, to spew, hatred and stuff. And I've seen it because I actually left a church. I left a mixed church because of that, because it was like, I've never seen this guy do anything that would make me think he was racist or anything like that. And whenever Trump got in office, I mean, the black people didn't really, in my church, didn't really say anything about it. But it just got to the point where it stopped being about the sermons and it started being about Trump. And the black people, I guess we just kind of bonded up together because we know each other from the neighborhood and stuff. And we all sat together, and it was about like 20 or 30 of us. And so one day, he's like preaching and he's Trump this and Trump that and praising Trump like he's Jesus. And he literally turns to all the black people, not the white people that hated Trump or disliked Trump or whatever. He turns to all the black people and says, like it or lump it. Please ask me why I grabbed my purse and I left. Because, I mean, I'm not, if people voted for Trump for different reasons besides racism, then that's whatever, But there were people that voted for him because of the crazy stuff he was saying. And one of the ladies who happened to be white, she just felt like, Trump was the reason why this stuff kind of got riled up again. And I was just trying to explain to her that, this is something that's been sitting here. I don't think it's just, I don't know. It's just people just got really bold expressing how they feel. And what I saw was like older, and I hate to say white people in a racist way, but like a Caucasian people, stand up and say, no, this is a real thing. No, this is hurtful. No, this affects, everybody didn't, and they didn't just necessarily reference blacks. It did reference Jews and I think Mexicans and some other group they named. And for me, what made me so emotional and I ended up crying is that I wasn't expecting any of those responses. Not at I was expecting a bunch of people that was going to sit there and make up excuses to make it seem like, oh, we as African-American people are talking crazy. I was just caught off guard. And I think that's what it was, because all the time, a lot of us just wanted people to just say, listen, quit treating us like we're crazy. Like this stuff is really happening. We're not making this up because we got pulled over. We're not making this up because we've been followed around the store. Or we're not making this up because someone had a bad day and they want to target us. And I was really expecting all of that, which, I mean, my response wasn't going to be in anger anyway, but it was just more the fact that I was expecting a totally different response than what I got. And it just kind of caught me off guard. And I mean, they sat there and talked about it like they wasn't really just, saying something just because I was in the room. I mean, I could tell. And they all gave very long, lengthy response, which is so much I can't, really. No, come over here, kid. No, come over here. The cat finna come over here. Y'all might see him in the corner. Y'all see him right here? Kid, don't come over here and film me. They gonna see you. They gonna see you on live. Anyway, he's my husband's cat, but he follows me around. Dumpster cat, you still in here? Because there's my cat trying to pop his little head up. But okay, let me read this. Because I'm just talking crazy, looking all up at the sky. Let me see. Racism and discrimination has been here from the beginning. Right. We are the human race, and we all are equal, and no one is better than anyone. And I was so glad that nobody actually said that, one race is superior than the other. I mean, I was expecting all kinds of stuff because I'm just used to that. I don't know if it's a Mississippi thing or just an ignorant thing, or maybe I watch too much TV or YouTube or something, but I was just expecting a totally different response than what I got. Example, at Mo, the ghetto is a physical manifestation of hate and a place where ethic determines our placement, a place that defines our station to remind us that our place is in the basement. Wow. Let me see. Last week I was walking to the store and this person the person that was walked by me called me the N-word. See, you know what? Now, for me, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm used to that, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm used to that because not random people in the street, but I worked in a mental institution, and they called us everything. I mean, it was like they couldn't get their way. They would say stuff to get under your skin or call you an N-word because that's how they felt. And, I could just be honest with you. We didn't take it personal. We knew those folks had issues. But I've never been, like, harassed in public, but I do know. Oh, I know. So I forgot to tell y'all. It's another one where I was trying to explain that I've had to work with racist coworkers, and I've been referred to as the non-aggressive black. And I was trying to tell them, I was like, what is non-aggressive black? What is that? Because anybody from any race can be aggressive. What is that? And it was like, then I got embarrassed because I'm like, I don't just cry in front of everybody unless it's like a funeral or a wedding or something like that. So I don't know. And that's why I was apologizing, because I was like, dude, I'm not. I'm just sitting there like, I just really cried in front of all these people. Like, these folks are really looking for a straight up solid answer, and I'm sitting here crying. Really? Anyway, let me see. Let me scroll back up. I don't know why I'm acting like I can't read. I can read, y'all. Okay. And hold on, let me scroll back up. It was something else I was gonna say. Yeah, Dissandra, what was your response to that? I mean, did you walk off? Did you say something back? Did you try to fight them? Because, I mean, I've never had someone to call me, like, the N-word, like, to my face, besides, like, at the job. And, like I say, those clients, they don't do what they do anyway. I mean, they insulted everybody, so I don't know. Let me see. And I mean, I know it was jarring. It made you feel some kind of way when when someone calls you that, because it's like, well, how do you respond? Because you really don't want to result in violence, because you're just proving that ignorant person's point. So it's like, you curse at them, and it's like, they expect it. Some people do that. They'll talk crazy and look for a fight. So let me see. Lisa Black, I do believe the only way to address the problem is to fix the gap that caused by being denied generational wealth, free labor for 300 years. Yeah. It was just that I don't know. I'm still kind of in shock. I mean, I feel like, to me, I'm still not talking straight, because I mean, my whole life, I never saw people literally stand up collectively and just said no. We I don't know. Really, I'm trying not to cry now, because I mean, you had to be there in order to understand, because me talking about it, and I'm still kind of emotional in my mind. I feel like I'm not making any sense, and I'm sorry if I don't, because I have to calm down in order to talk. Other than that, I'm all over the place. So let me see. So I just kept walking on. Look, I know that was a hard thing to do. I know it. I know for a fact it was a hard thing to do. Because, I mean, your first reaction is to, respond or try to fight or whatever, I don't know. And, the thing about it is I believe they thought I was about to start talking crazy, because I did make it very clear I was from Mississippi. So, a lot of people still, think a lot of horrible things are going on. And, racism is still here, but it's just not as bad as it used to be, But, I mean, we still deal with the police and stuff, Let me see. Okay, let me see. But you did do right. I mean, I'm glad you didn't choose violence, because that could have went a whole nother way. And that if the police get called, it's automatically our fault. So, The disconnect is a bridge that can't be mended, because hate is embedded in many hearts, where there leaves no hope to change and hateful person's perception. So we will stay divided. I'm used to it, because I'm from. Oh, are you from Mississippi too? Oh, okay, cool. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's coming back. I remember now. But now, as far as here, I know I did do a story time about being in the wrong neighborhood. Actually, I don't really consider myself being in the wrong neighborhood, but I was in a different neighborhood, and I was dropping somebody off. And I rolled down the window. It was Christmas time. I did story time on it. And I rolled down the window, and I was looking at the Christmas lights, because I have a big thing about the reindeers and the light up reindeers and all the other stuff. I've always been like fond of them, right? So I rolled down the window, and I was looking at the lights. And before I even came out of the neighborhood, the police, they were there in like, what, 3 minutes? And I know for a fact they were 10 minutes away from this neighborhood. And it was like, when I was pulled over, I mean, no, wait a minute. I didn't drop the person off just yet. And I remember I got pulled over, and they kept saying that a suspicious person was in the neighborhood. And so when the guy really just looked at me and saw I was black, everything just went left. I mean, I wasn't hurt or anything, but he made it very clear that I didn't belong in that neighborhood, and my kind of belonged there. And it was just, whatever. He just did a bunch of crazy talk. And then I started, naming out people that were on the force that was related to me. And they kind of brought all that stuff down. But I shouldn't have to do that. I mean, I feel like as long as I wasn't committing a crime or acting weird or anything, it shouldn't have been a problem. You have a car, you should be able to go in whatever neighborhood you want. So, I don't know. When someone blatantly spews hate, it is comfortable attacking the situation that planting seeds to build for oncoming race riot that's about to happen. Oh wow. Let me see. Miss Crystal, hello. Hey, Mrs. Crystal, how are you? Let me see. It was something I was gonna say, but I was just floored. And then it took the guy that was like over everything to sit back and say, all eyes were on you, right? I saw how everybody's eyes were looking dead on you, and they really was listening to you and listening to what you had to say. And I'm thinking, bruh, not only did I just cry, but you just reminded me that all these people are really listening to me, which I was glad that somebody, they all were trying to listen to what I had to say. But I just wasn't expecting to get so emotional. And I was like, I was really, instead of going live, I was going to have a conversation with my husband, but he's asleep. He has to go to work today, so he's knocked out. But so I already know how he is. He's going to wake up enough time to get everything together and get out of here. So yeah, and tomorrow's his birthday, so I don't want to bring up that I was crying or anything. So it'll be all right. But I just chose to go live about it because I don't know how to talk about it. I tell somebody what was going on. And forgive my little ugly shoe thing back here, so. But if I was on StreamYard, I would have just dropped the link or something just in case y'all wanted to say something. But I got on YouTube because I think I can be seen better on here. If I go to StreamYard, it's all grainy looking. I don't like that, but I don't know. I just felt like, with that opportunity to speak to everyone, I feel like I should have just spoken clearer instead of sitting there crying and apologizing for it. Whatever. Like, I just never do that. But I mean, it was just, like I say, once again, it was just jarring. I wasn't expecting everybody to have such a response the way they did. I mean, I wasn't expecting people to really just say, yeah, it's a real thing. Yes, it's happening. I even mentioned something about the police, and I think somebody cut me off and said something about them. I don't remember, but they made it very obvious that they're not cool with it and they don't like it. They don't like the mistreatment of people. And I mean, it was just obvious they weren't just saying it because, oh, there's a black girl in the room. Let me just change the subject so she won't get angry. It wasn't like that at all. Okay, let me see. I don't know why this is being hidden. Show. There we go. Being stopped by the police, it is so dangerous to the point. Let me see. Well, I can't read. Y'all, I can read. Being stopped by the police is so dangerous to the point that the day you get stopped may be the day that you may be shot and killed just for your appearance. There are some places where driving while black is a crime. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Besides that incident, that one incident that happened when I was a teenager, when it came down to the police, I don't know. I mean, it may be different between black male, black female, but I'm the type of person, if anything happens with an officer, if I lock eyes with an officer, it's a wrap. I'm getting out of the ticket. I'm walking away. We about to be out here laughing and joking. So I guess besides that one incident when I was a teenager, and I think that's one of the things the dude was trying to do was spook me back then. But as far as like in adulthood, I mean, if I get pulled over, whatever, we laughing and joking, I'm gone. But I do understand that in a lot of situations, especially for black men, it's not that simple. I mean, it's really, really not. And I really hate that. I feel like if someone's really doing something wrong and you're pulling them over and they're trying to hurt you, like as far as pull out a gun on you or something, I can understand the officer doing what they had to do. But just pulling somebody over and just shooting them because you don't like their attitude, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. And people have to understand that when you meet before God, there's blood on your hands. You have to explain why you killed that person for no reason. I don't know. Hey, Wanda. Let me see if I missed anything else. I hate the fact that the president is doing nothing for American descendants of slavery. Oh, you did mention something about reparations. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate to be the negative person in the room, but I really think we're never gonna get it. I really do. I mean, I think it's never gonna happen. I just don't see it happening. I mean, I would love the 40 acres and a mule and all that good stuff, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. Hopefully I'm not being negative. I'm not trying to be negative, but I don't know. I don't see it. I mean, mm um, let me see. But past the hate crime, let me see. Descends of American descends of slavery, but passed a hate crime law for people who did not even vote for him. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But you know what? I don't really think it's because they care for that certain type of people. I think it's more of a business decision. I think it's more of, we kind of trade with certain people. And that's what I think. I think it's a business decision. I don't think it's because, you know, yeah, not being negative, just being realistic. Well, yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, usually I'm always saying something positive. So I just kind of felt like, I don't know. I had a long day. I mean, I started off the day thinking about a friend I lost, and I just said, "Man!" And I didn't. And I ended up watching a movie that was sad. Then I had this darn Zoom meeting, and the minute they asked me one question, and I done went to pieces. And I have never ever been at the point where I couldn't collect myself and speak, in situations like that. So, but like I say, I was expecting all the stereotypical comments about black people because I mean, we are what can we do about it? It ain't like we can fuss each other out or whatever the case may be. Well, we could fuss each other out, but what I mean is like we can't hit each other or do anything like that. But I mean, I love the fact that everybody was adults and nobody was acting a fool. And you could, well, no, I take that back. Two people did get heated about gas prices and blamed it on Trump. But just as far as like the race thing, I was like, geez, like this dude just went straight in. And it's to me, maybe it's just me that was having a moment, or maybe it's just a hard topic to talk about. I don't know, but I know amongst my peers, I can talk about it with no problem. Or if it's a person that's non-African American and we have an open dialogue, we can talk about it. But then I get in front of all these people who lived in a certain era, and I'm crying. Ugh, please, I'm mad at myself right now. Let me see. I feel that we as black, we need to stop calling each other the N word. You know what? And look, I used to have a real bad habit of doing it. I was bad about doing it, like whenever I was laughing and joking about something, and then I got in front of someone else that was non-black and did it, and they looked at me like I was crazy, and I was like, oh yeah, let me cut that out, because you know I don't want them thinking that we all are supposed to be saying it, and then they get around the wrong person and shoot out that word, and someone's got to pick them up from the ER. So yeah, at least the Black Congress has to pass a bill. I don't see. Let me see. I don't see what this Congress we have now that can even pass a bill. Back Better Act, a decent bill that helps the people, and they call it entitlement. Man, and even with the stimulus package, they see these folks need this stuff, and they're not. They don't. They never wanted to give anybody a dime from the beginning. Um, But if y'all got something else y'all want to talk about, that's fine. I wasn't actually expecting this live to be as long as it was. I kind of figured I'd be on here like 5 or 10 minutes and just kind of explain what happened to me. So I'll get over it. It's just that I don't know. I'll get over it. I'm gonna tell my dad about it because y'all, like, my dad just turned 85. Like, he's old as some people great grandddads. And then when I tell him I cried, he is really gonna talk to me like, "Are you serious? You really you?" I mean, he's not gonna be like mean or nothing, but he'll be like, "You cried?" As long as we've had this conversation for XYZ amount of years, and you got a friend you fucking cried. But I mean, I feel like if anybody should have been like, reduced to tears, it should be my dad, because he actually lived when they had segregated, restaurants and water fountains and all that other stuff. And oh, child. Hey, Trucker Z. Hey. Let me see. They did have a bill to pass to give the Japanese and Italian American reparations. Yeah, I know Jews got it too, but I just feel like for us, dang. Mm-mm. I don't think so. If we do, then fine. I'm not really like, tripping if we do get it. I don't know. Can't see the forest for the trees, I guess. Obama gave you revelation doing his administrative executive order. See, I really forgot about that, Lisa. I sure did. I sure did. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I could be wrong. It's just mm-hmm. They should. Let's see. They sure did not to mention the Jewish people got reparations too, and the slave owners who lost their property. Yeah, yeah. They give it to everybody else but us, I guess. But I don't know. You never know what the future holds. So because I've heard people, talk about it and stuff. So I don't know. Long day, guys. Long day. I guess I go live tomorrow. I don't know. Because I was supposed to show my jewelry and some of my new merchandise I got, and thought about doing it today while Miss K was off. Because I know she got her day off, and I said, okay, I'll do it then. But I don't know. I wish I would have seen me, y'all. I was really like, you would have thought I got a call saying that somebody was hurt or killed. I was really crying. I mean, and with me, I've always had like, two different sets of friends, the black friends, the white friends, and I've never just they would ask me certain questions, and I mean I would answer with no problem. I didn't have all them emotions and stuff. I didn't feel any kind of way. I just answered the questions. Like for instance, this didn't happen with my friends. I think I did say this about the coworker really trying to give me that whole conversation about non-aggressive blacks and stuff like that. Like this person literally told me, we view you as a non-aggressive. We can ask you these questions because we view you as a non-aggressive black. And I was like, what? Okay. You want me to get fired today? Let me see. No amount of that blood money will erase the permanent scars tattooed on us from the periods of slavery. That's right. That's right. You know what? I just thought about something. Wasn't it a church or something that was trying to do reparations or something like that? I don't know. Was it a mixed church or a white church or whatever? But I saw something like that. I kind of skimmed through it because I kind of stay away from the news and stuff. It's just too depressed. I got too much stuff going on with just losing friends and families to different stuff. I never lost a family member to the virus, but a lot of funerals. And so I guess all my emotions are just kind of building up right now because I wasn't expecting to act the way I acted. Well, I gotta pay your earrings. I got the soft earrings. It was so comfortable on my earlobe. Thank you. Thank you. I try to make sure those earrings aren't heavy. I make sure they're comfortable that you can wear them for long periods of time because I hate ordering stuff and then it's too heavy or I can't wear it long. I actually had one that almost tore my earlobe at like many years ago. I ordered a pair of earrings from this company and they're a little bit too heavy for me. But my ears are kind of sensitive, so it might just be me. But let me see. But thank you. I try to make sure that whatever you see is what you get. It doesn't look different from whenever you order it, it doesn't look different from the picture. You're like, well, what is this? This ain't what I ordered. Let me see. We need reparations and restitution, right? My YouTube friend's husband died last week from CV. You know what? It's how can I put this? I hate that she lost her husband, but you know what? They're at the point where if you're not dying in something like a car accident, and it's obvious that you're like you're mangled up. If you're mangled up, they'll put like, oh, it's a car accident, you died. But at this point, it's like if you pass away, they're automatically saying it's COVID. Because I had a friend who had a relative that had heart trouble, had pacemakers, and all the other stuff, and she did not have COVID, and they put down that she died of COVID. And I know the family member was pretty upset about that. So then I heard something about the hospitals getting extra money and stuff like that for saying it's COVID. So, but I hate that. I mean, I really, even if it wasn't the virus, I really hate when people, lose loved ones because it's really hard to process. I mean, it's like your head understands the person is gone, but your heart is telling a totally different story. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. Because like I said, I mean, I've lost a lot of family members in the past couple of months. But I mean, none of it was COVID related. I mean, they had issues that kind of went on until it ran itself out. And then there's my best friend. All her whole incident could have been avoided by taking her blood pressure medication. So, like I tell Miss K, signs of the time, the devil working overtime. Yeah, you're right. You're so right. Did I miss something? Cause I see. Okay, let me see. Yeah. That's terrible that they would do that. Yeah, and people do some strange things for money. Yeah. They end up seeing this video where this nurse had filmed. I think the link got taken down or something, shadow banned or something like that. And the lady was filmed at the nursing station, like complaining about how the whole jab never worked and it was a bunch of crap and all this other stuff. And I was like, dang. But I do believe what everybody said about end times and all these diseases and viruses are coming and stuff. And so it's just, I don't know. We're blessed to still be here. I can tell you that. Let me see. And I'm back. I had to plug my phone in the wall. Let me check mine while I'm in it. Check my computer because I've been on this thing for a minute. Okay, yeah. Oh, drop my mouse. Okay. I'll pick it up in a minute. The Devil Wears Prada. I know she used my credit card last week. Trucker Z. Okay, Trucker Z. I hear you. Slavery scars are tatted on us like souvenirs, and the injustice we witness each day that just cuts the wounds deeper. Yeah, and you know what? I'll tell you something else I've noticed my whole entire life is that you have some people that just don't like black people, and then you have some folks that'll treat you different based on your skin tone. I've seen that because like I have cousins that are, they're how can I put this, like really, really light skin, green eyes, and I have a few that are kind of have a darker hue. And I've always noticed how they were treated different from us. I mean, people are ignorant, And even India has a caste system. The ones that are darker are considered, less than and all that. But I don't know. What's it, Z? You crazy? Yep, he is. Yeah, because there's no need for them to lie about it. There's enough folks dying of COVID. I have a lot of friends and family members that caught COVID and just a few died from it. Yeah, I have some family members that caught it too. But they still don't want to take the jab. They don't want to do it. I know with one of my cousins, he was feeling bad, and actually, if it wasn't for COVID, they wouldn't find out he had cancer, because when he went to the doctor, he had all the symptoms about trouble breathing and loss of smell and just all the symptoms and whatnot. And with him, they did some additional tests anyway, and that's how they found out he had cancer. So I said, okay, well, he went through everything. He went to the hospital. He got signed out early because he was talking crazy, saying he wanted to leave and, all kinds of stuff. And they signed him out early. Like they literally signed this man out knowing he still had COVID. So, but he's all right. He's all right now. He's fine. But as far as the jab, he's made his mind made up he's not gonna take it. So, I don't believe in forcing nothing on nobody, but the military, the government is. But colorism is a huge issue too. Remember that TikTok compilation? You know what? I don't even fool with TikTok. Why I can't talk TikTok like that. I do remember something about certain dancers were boycotting because they were being copycatted or something like that. Like, I can catch the TikTok videos if they come on YouTube as YouTube shorts or something, but I really don't. Because I was hearing that whenever you sign up for TikTok, that your information can be used, or some people that has access to your information or something like that. So I didn't fool with it. My light-skinned cousins got treated better too. You know what? The worst thing that happened to me when I was a child was I remember there was I don't really remember the guy, but he's supposed to be like, related to me some kind of way. And it was like we all were outside playing, and I know they all stopped us to take pictures. So I didn't want to take pictures. I was already terribly shy as it was as a child, but not now. I'm just crazy now. And we went to take pictures, and they kept wanting to take pictures with the lighter skin, cousins or whatever. So I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine. But then the issue with that was the guy decided that he wanted to go row by row and said, now this is a relative, has all lined up to take a whole nother set of pictures, and I was going to be included with those. So I'm over there playing with a puppy or whatever. He tells me to come over there. We all are here. I'm in the second batch of pictures, right? This guy goes row by row and telling us exactly what made us pretty and what made us not pretty. And it was the main thing he kept saying was the lighter skin and the green eyes is more attractive. And he said all kinds of stuff like, I think he told one of my cousins her eyes were like green emeralds or something like that. And then he explained the importance of emeralds and all this other stuff. And I'm looking like, okay, you said something wrong, I'm gonna tell my daddy, period. He gonna come over here. And so I was like, okay. And then it was like when he got to my eyes are really dark brown. But he said, oh, you have black eyes. It's like blackberries, and blackberries have a sour taste and stuff. And I was like, I'm gonna tell my daddy, you're talking crazy. So, and I wasn't hurt by it because, you know, we were all raised not to view ourselves in a negative light. But he was like, but yeah, and then he said something else about my skin that was just irrelevant. It wasn't anything nasty, but it was just like, who does that to kids? I mean, you know. But yeah, I mean, they got more attention, and to me, I don't see myself as ugly or nothing like that, but I've always seen them as more attractive, but not necessarily based on their skin and eyes. I just think they're beautiful girls. But yeah, it really was ignorant. It really was. And I'm just sitting here like, are you serious? And this dude was like dark skinned himself. He was dark skinned with dark eyes. I'm like, are you? And that's what really threw me, because I was like, dude, like you know, he's got some nice chocolate skin, and this is how you see dark eyes. He didn't even say nothing about the skin yet. So I didn't understand that. And then I had another auntie. I'm just telling now my little business today. But I had another auntie who's a great auntie on my mom's side. And we had this one cousin that was really, really like, he was really, really melanated. And I would ask my mom, I said, well, why is he darker than all of us? Because I just wanted to know. We all were just different colors, but he was just darker. And so my mom was the one that explained that we as black people have different colors and we all are beautiful. And I didn't think anything was wrong with his skin. I just wanted to know why he was just darker than us, right? So I go to my auntie's house. We spend the night. He comes over, he plays, and she's like, I don't want you playing with him anymore. And I'm like, why? Like, what is that all about? And I'm thinking he done something wrong, because she was like really, really strict. And she's like, I don't want you playing with him. And I said, but that's my cousin. I don't care. I don't want you playing with him. And I was like, okay. So I fell back and I came back and I asked why, because they really spoiled me a lot. So, because mind you, that was old school. So you know you can't do that back talk, right? But I got away with it because it was the way I would, ask certain questions. I would always act inquisitive and stuff like that. So she tells me to get in the tub, and I get ready to take a bath, no big deal. So I'm talking to her while I'm bathing, and she's getting ready to go to bed and stuff. And I said, Auntie, I said, why? I'm gonna say his name. Well, I'll give a fake name. I was like, why is Maury's skin darker than ours? I mean, how can he be black and we all are? How can we all be black and he's a totally different color? Do you know that my ignorant auntie literally had to say that he was dark because he didn't bathe, that he was dark because he was dirty? Mind you, this is another person that was dark skinned herself and had beautiful skin, and so did he. And I was like, huh? And I literally just said, that's not what my mama said. My smart mouth. That's not what my mama said. And I told my mom what she said. And she said, listen, she said, don't pay no attention to stuff like that. That's ignorant. And I said, wow. I mean, and this was an old school lady. Dang, that's low. You know what? With that boy, he went through that through school and everything. But it just hit me different coming from adults. Look, I don't know what's wrong with some of them cousins in my family. Some of them were really nice and sweet. And then we had the ones that I called distant, and they would do all that crazy talk. But my great aunt, I don't know where she got the ignorant stuff from, because she was always neat and clean. And then her skin tone was maybe a shade or two lighter than his. So I didn't understand, why would you say that's dirty? That didn't make sense to me. But then again, she was evil like that. I mean, she was, God, I shouldn't be talking about her like that, but she was rough. Anytime somebody gives you a picture of an angel or maybe a whatnot of an angel or something, and they sit it in the middle of the table and then turn around and break it for no reason, evil. That's the devil. Let me see. Oh Lord, I done skipped all kind of stuff. Oh Lord. Hey Sissy. Hey boo. I did not take the jab. Okay, yes she does. Oh yeah. My first cousin said she had the vaccine, but for SARS, they had to manipulate the word for COVID. I never knew anybody who had SARS, but you know, all my sister's kids came out dark skin, and my son is light skin, but we didn't. But we treated them all the same. We didn't treat them different. Right, right. And see, like I say, especially on my dad's side of the family, we didn't know nothing about that. We all just said we all are black and we didn't care nothing about skin tone and all that other stuff. But it was a few people on my mom's side. It was with that crazy talk. I didn't understand that. But she didn't want me playing with the other kids anyway. I don't know why she just used his skin as an excuse. She never liked that. And she felt like one of her neighbors, I think that girl may be like maybe 2-3 years older than me, maybe 3 at the most. And she was like, "Oh, well, she's trying to be grown. She wants to be grown. You can't play with her. She thinks she's grown." I'm like, she mature. She's one of those kids that she was really mature. She used proper English. She was all about her books. She's an English teacher as well. So I mean, I didn't really consider it as being grown. Maybe she was intimidated by her or something, because she wasn't like fast. She didn't care nothing about boys. She was the type of person like she'd rather read a book instead of worry about the guy down the street or something. I don't know. Like I told her, she was evil. I mean, I could just spend my whole life telling y'all about that woman. I mean, really, we have stories for days. She almost put my eye out once. She almost stabbed me in the eye. That's another story. With this one, I remember she always stayed in the stuff, right? So it was like she had an ice pick in her purse, and I was helping her fold clothes. She walked in and she laid her purse on the bed, and she took it out, and then she had this moment where she bumped something and she had a reflex, and I'm talking about she missed my eye like by this, and I was like, what? Like, what are you doing? Because I'm short anyway. And she did just like this by mistake. And I was like, AT, what's wrong with you? And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I said, yeah, okay. I like to have my eye put out. You got some good stuff. Bruh, let me tell you something. When I was growing up, all this stuff used to tick me off. I mean, I was angry because it just seemed like something was always happening to me. But it was like when I got older, and I started taking more after my daddy's side and just goofing off and stuff, I started looking at stuff and laughing at it. Not all of it, but some of it. And I said, man, when I was going through this stuff, I was like, I'm sick of stuff happening to me. Why bad things always happen to me? Why folks always talking crazy to me? Now I look back on it and I just said, you know what? It is what it is. But let me see. The idea of efficiency has been alive since the introduction of it. Oh, y'all having a separate conversation. Let me see. Can I go back up? Gonna go back up. I see the comment. And see, that's the thing. I was never hung up on color anyway, because I mean, there's a possibility I can have a dark skinned child. I mean, I don't really care. I don't care what color they are. It can be albino. I don't care. It's my child. I love them. I never understood being hung up on skin color anyway. It doesn't mean anything. Let's see. I guess I'm caught up. I don't know. Scroll back up. And I'm looking at my shoes in the background. Like, my husband said them little gray things back there are so ugly. And I told him, I said, well, I just wanted to stack my shoes up and have more space for my shoes. And now I'm looking at it on camera and I said, man, he's right. I'm not going to tell him no. I never tell my husband he's right. It's not going to happen. I'm always right to the bitter end. Wait a minute. I don't want to accidentally put nobody in timeout. I should have dropped my mouse. It's always on the floor. I don't even feel like I'll pick it up when I get off. Shoot. I'm proud to be dark skinned. Right. And there's nothing wrong with it. Come on. I mean, nothing wrong with it at all. Let me see. You got a mini DSW on the left side. Some of these shoes my husband says, they old. Don't nobody wear them shoes no more. So I ain't throwing them away. And then here's the thing. I have flat feet. I'm not even supposed to be wearing heels. So, yeah. And then I get rid of so many of them and then turn around and buy some more. I don't know. Yeah. But I hate when people do that about skin. I just don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I remember being in band and I remember some of those girls would wear like long sleeve and it'd be like 90 degrees, 100 degrees. And I'm like, well, what is that for? Well, I don't want to get darker. I'm like, but you're pretty anyway. Like, I mean, it's not going to change anything. But I mean, I guess it's the fact that we have people like my auntie that'll make you feel sour for looking a certain way, and I don't understand that. The prettiest girls I ever see had darker hues, you know? So I don't get it, but I don't know. But my auntie, she was just, ooh, child. Mm-mm. The neighborhood hated my auntie because she was so mean. Like, she was the type, like, if you turn it, you like, let's say you pull up in her yard and you need to turn around, that lady would come out and she would come out and cuss you out. Like, seriously. I mean, one day I did it just see what she was gonna say. But then she called, she waited till I got back home and she called and asked me why did I turn around in her yard, why I didn't just stay. But that one was something else. Oh, I'm about to get one of my cousins to come on with me. We just talk about my auntie and how mean she was. She didn't like boys crossing the yard. She didn't like nobody turning around. And then I know her and my uncle sold whiskey. They're dead now, so I could tell all the business. But they sold whiskey. I remember that. And I remember, like, if the men thought they was gonna drink and hang around the house, she'd be like, no, mm-mm. But that was a good thing. I mean, don't about one of those drunks hanging around the house. So I understand that part, but she just mean anyway. It didn't matter. She got jumped one time. I remember that. I remember that. I remember. Hold on. Let me get myself together. I remember this lady had pulled up in her yard. And I remember both were sitting on the porch and the two ladies pulled up. I'm thinking they're her friends or whatever the case may be. And I remember she told me to go in the house. She said to go in the back room and close the door. And when she did, I know I did that. And what they did, whatever they did outside. And when I decided to come back out, she was laying in the bushes. But she was just laid over in the bushes. But she was just mean to people and somebody just got her. I guess it just beat her up and pushed in the bushes. I mean, she didn't look like, she had any black eyes or scratches or nothing, but she was laying over in the bushes, so I guess. But I look back on, I said, they beat that woman up. Oh, AC. Let me see. Then you have the lightning creams that many you know what? Listen. That is popular here. That's popular here. But I also saw this documentary of some people in Jamaica, and they was really talking about like bleaching. And I know the girl was like, me bleach. And I was like, why? It don't even look right. I mean, if you bleach your skin, it looks like chalk. I mean, that's not attractive. That's the only skin tone I would say is not attractive. You got your skin looking like chalk. It's one thing to be, it's okay if, you are Caucasian, you have lighter skin. Okay, that's fine. But if you have darker skin and you're trying to lighten up, that stuff don't look good. Then you look ashy in photos. If you use too much of it, you look like chalk. It just doesn't look good. Now, I can understand someone using something if they have blemishes, or not blemishes, but what do you call it? Yeah, blemishes, and there's something else I was about to call discoloration and stuff like that. And you're trying to get your original tone back. I don't see anything wrong. Oh, I just burped. Excuse me. I don't see anything wrong with that if you're using some type of soap and you're using it right. But if you're using it because you hate your skin tone, if you change it, you're gonna hate something else. Then you're gonna hate something else. Then hate something else. So it's just I don't recommend it. But they're not. We're not the only group of people that has lightened skin before. I mean, some blacks that do it. I've heard of Indian people over India doing it, and I'm like, I don't understand. I don't get it. My wife to be is Ghanaian, mixed with Moroccan. I love the beautiful brown glow. It's amazing. Nothing to be ashamed of. Right. And some people have some of the prettiest skin ever, and they hate it. They absolutely hate it. But yeah. I don't understand. I said whatever your skin is, just love it. Don't hate yourself. Don't let people pick on you because of your skin tone. Because I know with that cousin in particular, they always talked about his skin. I always called him black this and black that, and charcoal this and charcoal that, and he just, I don't know. I'm checking my email. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. But yeah, okay, proud big child. Wife to be. When are y'all getting married? I mean, I know you mentioned, it's coming, but have y'all set a date yet? Sam is also Dominican, but he bleached his skin completely and he looks like a dead salmon now. Let me tell you something. To me, he actually, the last picture I seen of Sammy, he looked like he had like this purple like skin tone. It was like white and it was a purplish white color. Like he favored Frankenberry to me. And I was like, what is this man doing? But isn't he like Cuban or something? I can't remember. It's been a long time since I kept up with baseball and all that stuff. I used to know the players, everything. Baseball, football. And I just fell off. At the end of the year and late December. Oh, okay. Oh, December. Hey, look, y'all. I know you said late December, but I think you should do December the 3rd because that's my birthday. I should get married on my birthday. That'd be cool. Be something else to celebrate that day. The Bible describes God as burning brass skin and white woolly hair. Right. Hold on. I need to blow my nose. Lord, I shouldn't have cried. I don't want to blow it on this screen. I don't want y'all to see that. I don't want y'all to hear it either. I don't know. Yeah, he did. He liked Frankenberry. Let me see. Can I find it? Hold on. I'm gonna show you. Let me see. I wonder, can I find a side by side of Sammy Sosa and Frankenberry? I probably can't. Let me see. Let's see. Can I find it? $3.98 at Walmart. I ain't never seen Frankenberry in Walmart. I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna see. Can I pull up this picture? Look, just like. Hold on. Can you see it? Just like that. Frankenberry. Let me see. Can I find Sammy Sosa? God bless him. He should have left his skin alone. And I felt like he was a nice looking man too. But I said, when you go messing with yourself, you just messing up. Let me see. Can I find it? Sammy Sosa. Same dude. Same guy. Now he looks better in this one, but you can tell he was obviously bleaching. Same dude. Frankenberry, Sammy Sosa, their cousins or brothers or something. Let me see. Can I find? Here you go. Let me see. Can I find it? Okay, wait a minute. It might let me pull it up. It might not. The way my internet set up, you just never know. Oh, hold on. So you can see that purple. Look at that. That's Frankenberry. Look. God bless him. I wish he'd stop. I wonder, can you reverse that? You probably can't. Besides, I guess maybe like tanning or something. And that's some people that tan. But I don't like baking in the sun like that. I mean, it's just that for me, I remember going to band camp and we was always burning up. And I was like, God, I can't believe we like to burn up just for a freaking scholarship. And to this day, I totally hate the sun because I remember all those days. And then there was those hot uniforms because they were wool. I mean, yeah, were they wool? Okay, look, I'm wrong about that. I apologize. But it felt like wool. Little band outfits and stuff. Then we had to perform in it. Then we sweating. And you take off your hat. There's all kind of steams like stuff coming from your hair. Folks thought it was funny. We just baking our organs. Please stop. I'm sorry. Listen, he like a bottle of pepper. Why I can't read? He looks like a bottle of Pepto-Bismol. What he did? He looked like uncooked shrimp. Trucker Z, get your boy. He over here clowning. Get your boy. Yeah, he did favor Frankenberry, in my opinion. But that's because he messed himself up. You ought to stop playing. I wonder, did somebody pick at him? Was he just, the people make him feel bad because of his skin? Dead Simon. Okay. All right, Trucker Z. You about to get started. I can already tell. I should have got on StreamYard. Goodness. But I ain't gonna hold y'all long because I promise y'all I can talk forever. Next time I come on, I just talk about my jewelry. I had some jewelry. It was rings, lip gloss, stainless steel jewelry. That's men glasses, women glasses, just it's different stuff. But yeah. I don't know. I hate to go, but I have to get ready for Bible study. Okay, well that's good because I'm about to get off too. I wasn't really supposed to be on here no longer than 10 minutes. Just tell my little feelings, and that was about it. But a strawberry shortcake. Proud. I'm sorry, Cece. I'm sorry. But hope to see you soon. You know, come by anytime. I'm gonna make sure next time I'm gonna stream y'all. So if any of y'all want to come up then, that'll be fine. We can have open dialogue because, you know, that'll be cool. I'm trying to get used to going live and stuff. I used to be so scared to come on. I'm like, dang, ain't nobody gonna watch, or it'll just be like one person in there, and that's probably me on my phone or something. Yeah. Take care, y'all. Okay, great live. Stay safe and bless everybody. Yeah, when are you gonna sell clothes? Look, Trucker Z, guess what? I used to sell t-shirts and they sold like hotcakes. I think I got like two left. Two left from like an old batch. They over here on this box over here somewhere. This is really my craft room. That's why I can reach over and just grab everything because it's rough in here. But I sold t-shirts and they were good. And what happened was my heat press got overheated and that was the end of it. And I was like, okay, well, I'll buy another one. But I wanted the one that is a heat press. It closed down, but when you lift it up, it folds out. And I think it kind of goes out. No. Okay, it goes down, but when you lift it up, it folds out. But it also has an auto release button. And I think that sucker was almost like $1,000 or something. Everywhere I looked, it was real high. And I was like, you know what? I'll come back to that. Now I know Cricut does have one where you can have one you can just hold like this and press it down, but I don't like that. But I'm gonna try to get back into it because I really sold. But then here, especially small town USA, if one person is doing something, everybody want to do it. So it's like a lot of people are selling t-shirts here. So, but then again, I try to stay positive about it and say, okay, well, don't worry about it. Just get back in the game, you know, and just sell your t-shirts because everybody has to have clothes. So why not? But yeah. I can add it to the site. I've already got a bunch of stuff on my site though. Somebody asked me something. Are you going to wait a minute? Are you only going to do PayPal? Well, what it is that site, I've been trying to write them and get them to consider doing Afterpay and being able to accept other forms of payment without the PayPal, because there are some people that don't trust it. I mean, I've always had a good, run with PayPal, never had an issue with anything. But some people are just kind of, leery of it. So at this point, they're only offering, like, they'll take the credit cards, but it's only through PayPal. So I thought about leaving, but they're the package that I have. I could add 250 items to my site, and the other websites I checked out, I can't do that. Like for the price they're giving. So yeah, are you gonna do other payment methods besides PayPal? That's really what you're saying. I'm babbling. I'm sorry, but so far with the company I'm with, Big Cartel, they're only just taking PayPal. So at the moment, that's why I'm at. Just only taking. I can still take all the credit cards, but it's just through PayPal. But they claim that they may consider going another way in the future. So we'll see. Because I really been thinking about just moving my site to another platform, because that way I can accept Afterpay. Because they have PayPal Pay in 4, and honest to goodness, I was told by the representative that they don't do credit checks, but when I actually try to go through it myself, it's a credit check. So yeah, I don't trust PayPal. You have some nice stuff I want to purchase. Thank you. Well, I mean, as far as PayPal, to be honest with you, I've been with them since 2006, and I never had an issue with it. But I do understand being cautious. Trust me, I do. But just for me, I mean, I trust PayPal. I've just never had a problem, But yeah. But like one thing about it, what I do like about it is it does protect the seller. I mean, not the seller, but the buyer. Like, let's just say that, which I would never do this, but let's just say that someone orders something the total opposite. Like, let's just say they ordered the lip gloss or something, and I sent a used bottle of water. They can actually go to PayPal and dispute that and say, no, here's a list and this is what I ordered. Give me my money back, and PayPal will do it. And that's what I like about that, because I had discrepancy with it was eBay, and I remember it was a belly dancing exercise video. It was supposed to be like the real exercise thing. Paid like, I think it was like $15 or $20 from it, and come to find out it was bootleg. And so I had to go through. I contact eBay, and I had to go to PayPal, and they gave my money back. So yeah, get Zelle. I've heard of Zelle. I've never tried it. I'll look into it though. But yeah. So far, that's all that Big Cartel is accepting. They said something about they didn't want second and third party people. I don't know, some kind of payment processing thing. I think they just don't bother with nobody else if a discrepancy comes through. Get Zelle, it's free. But see, that's the thing. I can get Zelle, but I can't add it as a checkout option on Big Cartel. And see, for me, I kind of prefer to just use Big Cartel and PayPal because I can see a record of everything, you know. So if something comes up, oh yeah, this person ordered this, that, and the third, you know. So yeah. And see, that way I can keep account, because if I start getting a bunch of payments through Zelle, I may end up, you know, I have to pull from the site. And so if I just go through another way, then I may have to keep pulling and pulling. And if I happen to miss, then somebody ordered something that's not available, then I have to tell them I don't have it. And if it's someone that never ordered for me, I feel like I'm going to lose that person's trust. So that's why I'd rather just kind of keep it where, okay, Big Cartel knows I have 10 of these, and you know everyone checks out, so when it's sold out, it automatically just knocks it out. So yeah. Let me see. What did it say, Chris? Hope you and your family. Oh well. Okay, hope you and your family are well. Okay, you're talking to Crystal. Okay. All right. Well, I held y'all up long enough. It was nice talking to y'all. I think the next live I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna try to get on StreamYard so we all can talk. And like I say, I didn't want to go into a deep conversation about racism anyway. I just wanted to tell, like, you know, my experience, which I mean I don't really consider this is like deep to the point where I feel like emotions can get raw and someone can be hurt. But yeah. But I mean, I did enjoy this discussion. I enjoy talking to everybody, and so, like I said, I'm gonna come back with a clear head because, like I say, I'm still kind of raw emotionally about what happened because I just wasn't expecting to really just, you know, cry. Y'all should have seen me. I was flat out boo-hooing. Goodness gracious, I wish I would have seen me. I mean, I was toe up. But it says, they're good. I've been under the weather, but I'll be okay. Yeah, I remember you saying you were under the weather. Oh, I hope you get better soon. I hate when people are sick. Chris needs to come up and tell you about the fake baby one day. Okay, what's going on with the fake baby? What's that all about? I'm telling y'all, I may go live tomorrow, and y'all can just come back then and tell me about it. Because, I mean, on my other lives, I've been pulling people up on StreamYard and having conversations and stuff. So, why not? All right, y'all. Okay, I've talked y'all long enough. I done told my little family business. And that's all right, because I got story times forever. Like, really. Seems like I'm always around when the goofy stuff jumps off. So, ciao. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave, and I appreciate everyone by stopping by the live, and thank y'all for putting up with me. And like I said, I'll come back with a much clearer head, so I won't be like repetitive or saying stuff, same stuff over and over and stuff, because I don't like that. I hate when I get like that. I hate it. So I'll talk to you guys later, and see you next time. Oh, wait a minute, I done clicked off already. Oh, there you go. All right, see you all next time. Bye bye.